Hey everybody, welcome to Expiration Race. This is episode 3 of our 4-week actual play series here using the Mutant Year Zero system. One of the exciting things that is the occasion for this show is that the Mutant Year Zero Nexus recently launched on Demiplane. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to hop on over to Demiplane and check it out. You can get the quick start book for free on the website. It costs $0 if you want to dive into the rules yourself. We'll be giving away some copies of the core rulebook during the session. Keep an eye on chat for the mods to throw that out there. The other thing that I want to mention as we're getting started is that the ambiance you will hear in the coming moments is provided by Sirenscape because epic games need epic sounds. Now, very quickly, I do want to just point out we are down a Kate today. She had to bail for an emergency. That's great. Please do go and give her love on all of her various social platforms. Even though she cannot join us here today, we still think they are great. With that, we'll start our intros. My name is Josh. I'm the community and content manager here. And I am the GM, he, him pronouns. And we're going to popcorn it over. I'll throw it to Aliza.
Oh, hi. I'm Aliza Pearl, playing Danerys, aka Dany, the slick, greasy, quick talker. I don't know. You can find me at Aliza Pearl on Twitter and Instagram, and the real Aliza Pearl on TikTok. And I just posted a video of me trying to get to Buckingham Palace 2 days after the Queen's funeral, because I had one chance to see it, and you'll see how that went. Yeah.
Phenomenal. Let's keep popcorning it around. I'll toss it to Mellie.
Hello, I am Mellie Doucette. I am the Director of Community and Content here at Demiplane, and I am playing, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Bick, whose pronouns are she, they, who is a fire-breathing gearhead, and I'm really excited for us to maybe play around with that with this giant bird, maybe, depending on CB, how you feel about it.
Hi. I don't know yet. Hi, my name is Omega Jones, also known as the Critical Bard across all social media pronouns. To what channels? All social media pronouns.
Yes, perfect.
What are your social media pronouns, everyone?
All social media channels, my pronouns are he and they. I am a professional actor, vocalist, tabletop guy, hot mess incarnate. I play Eryk, whose pronouns are he and him. And that's all that matters, I think, right now. Finish us off, Michelle.
Yo, hi, I'm Michelle Nguyen Bradley. You can find me on the internet at I am Sherry Bunny. That's on Twitter and Instagram and TikTokos. And I am yes, all of those things. You can find me on Friday nights over on New York by Nights. Vampire the Masquerade. It's very fun, very scary, very spooky. On Thursdays, you can find me on the Port Saga podcast that comes out on any podcatcher you use. It's also Vampire the Masquerade. It's a scripted audio drama. It's very fun, and I'm having a lot of fun doing that one. And what else am I doing? Mondays my show finished. Tuesdays I'm on Pixel Circus's Outbreak Undead show, Project Nero. It's a zombie apocalypse show. It is bad. We already had player death. That was last week, so it's getting rough. Anyway, today, my pronouns are she, her, they, and my character's pronouns for Finch are she and her. And Finch is a little, small, 15-year-old screeching bug human who just wants to get this mission done and maybe have some eggs.
Phenomenal. With those intros done, let's go ahead and hop into today's session. Now, last we left off, you were in kind of an interesting circumstance. Your characters had taken a rest in kind of the remains of what used to be a Brooklyn brick apartment building. It is, of course, in not great condition now. After years and wear and tear have done their worst. But you found that it was a relatively safe place to rest for the evening. Many of you chose to take a watch. There were some conversations overnight. During that time, one of your party managed to slip out stealthily. So as you all awake, you can use your one ration for the day, mark it off your inventory, and that's your food for the day. But as you all awake, who do you think would be the first person up in the morning? Do we have any early
had a
risers?
full night's sleep, unlike everybody else, so probably Vic is rolling out of bed first.
Okay. So, Bick, as you wake up, you find a small piece of paper folded up where Monaco's bedroll had been, where she had settled down for the night. And there's no sign of Monaco.
Oh, not again. I will really, huffily, angrily, dramatically unfold the note.
All right.
This is just what I would expect.
As you unfold it, you can see in her handwriting, this is what it says. Hey, clowns. I'm sorry to dip out on you in the night. It doesn't exactly feel right, but neither does the shit getting kicked out of me by Cole for not holding up the end of our bargain, especially since I never really agreed to it in the first place. I don't need as much sleep as the rest of you, so I'm headed out to scout ahead. Don't worry, this isn't a double cross or some stupid bullshit. I just figure it makes more sense and we can cover more ground if we split up. If I find anything, we'll split whatever I find. I think we all know a little something about being treated poorly, and I'm not about to do that to the rest of you. Anyways, if I find anything, I'll grab what I can carry and take it back to the Ark. If I don't, I'll double back and meet up with you wherever you wind up. Love and a pocket kisses, Monaco. And then you notice there's an asterisk by the word clowns, and there's a postscript that says, P.S. Don't get eaten by a fucking bird. That's such an embarrassing way to die. Also, Eryk, you're not a clown.
Okay. I'm reading this, and I know that the words say that this isn't a double cross, but my personal experience with getting left by people in the middle of the zone is exclusively being double crossed. It's like my big thing, my big trauma. So I see this note, and I'm like, this is some bullshit. And while everybody's still asleep, I'm going to use a mutation point to flame breath, and I burn it.
Oh, fascinating. Okay. All right. Agent of Chaos, Bick over here. I love it. Okay, yeah, you do it. It burns up. No sign of it. And then eventually everyone comes to.
I'll slowly start to kick people awake. Say, it looks like either the bird got Monaco or Monaco dipped.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, either the bird or, I don't know, maybe a zone ghoul came in the middle of the night, or more likely circumstance, Monaco dipped.
Why would they leave? Was something wrong?
We're out in the zone. It's what people do. They get scared. They save their own backs. Screw the rest of us. I mean, I shouldn't say that, though. Maybe Monaco got eaten by a bird.
Okay, hold on. I don't. If she left, I don't know. Maybe she's, looking for something. I don't. She's not just going to leave us. That's not her MO. I don't.
Well, her stuff is gone. no note. And
Did you kill Monaco? You could tell the truth. Like
No.
flamey by mistake or something, and then you hid the
No,
ashes.
I have perfect control of the gases that emit from my mouth.
Seems suspicious, but
It does seem suspicious, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Look,
She just, I don't think she would. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't know everyone's intentions. I'm just saying that I don't think if she left, she probably left for good reason.
yeah, that's what other people have said in the past, but I'm gonna say that I doubt it. Again, maybe got eaten by a bird. If so, I forgive you, Monaco, wherever you are. But if not, you know,
I think we would have heard the bird.
we just lost a set of hands to carry food back to the Ark. So,
Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. What a way to wake up.
Do you all have food? Yes.
Here, Bic, I got you today. This is what I owe you for the gear.
did everybody's stuff's looking good? You didn't get
No.
acided by the acid grass?
I don't think so. I think it's looking good
Alright.
to me.
Keep my supplies.
You know when things just work out in a way that you don't expect them to work out.
No.
I do. He's eating and whatever, getting some water, and just because he keeps thinking about it. And thanks to certain interactions yesterday in game, I gained a new mutation. And I keep starting to scratch my nose, like it's moving it, because something's just calling to me. I'm going to use a blood point for my tracker ability to follow the trail of a person or a monster. And I'm going to see if I can catch Monaco's trail.
Okay.
More so just to see, not necessarily where they went, but more so if they went somewhere, like what, trying to see if they like got attacked and like ran away or whatever, just trying to see if I can figure out where they might be or what happened.
Sure. Yeah. And you know, some of you exploring this might need to take place after whatever happens with a very large bird in the immediate future, in terms of direction and things. But you get the sense that there wasn't any struggle. Monaco seems to have left of their own volition, and you can, I will say, with that also identify the direction that they went after the conflict, potentially with this bird, depending on how things go. Seems to be in the same direction that y'all are headed.
Okay. He'll just kind of like sit with that for a second and. Okay, well, I don't know for now. Well, as long as you all are sated with food and things, we should probably get going before this bird becomes a problem.
Yeah, anybody have a good plan or idea for getting past it? I mean, they're pretty good at seeing stuff, I assume.
And hearing things, probably. And smelling things.
I mean,
And
just be
catching things.
quiet and try to stay under the brush. That's what I usually do.
I mean, I feel comfortable with that, but city folk, Ark folk.
I think we just go quietly and quickly and get out of here.
Let's do it then.
Yeah, I wanted to investigate the bird, but I think we're all learning that bird is bad, so we should not do that. That's fine. Okay. And I think we pack up and leave, but is there any kind of roles we should be doing?
Yeah, let's start this morning. I will.
And I did roll for using the mutations. I rolled a 4. I'm good.
Cool. Great. No effect. Nothing happens. I will say that Finch, since you are kind of leading the party here in terms of stealth and navigation, if you make a stealth check with a -2 dice penalty, that will act as the group's stealth check here.
Since I'm also good at sneaking, can I help and give 1 die, so making it only a -1?
The help action adds 2 dice, so it'll.
Oh, then cool. Then neutralizing
negate,
it.
Negate.
Helping
the
cover
difficulty.
these other 2. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. So I roll normally.
I don't like them difficulties.
I'm like, oh, -2 dice is scary.
I have 1 success and 1 failure.
Okay, you didn't push that roll, right?
No, I did not push
Then the
it.
failure means nothing. So we'll go ahead and, with a success, say that you are able to get out of the building stealthily. If you would like to, you can navigate out and kind of sticking to the shadows and being quiet. Avoid, for the most part, this bird's keen eyes. I'm gonna make one quick check just to see if it notices you on the way out.
Okay.
Feeling
It
like
is
Josh only needs 2 successes to see us.
not going to have the second success that it needs, and so you are able to get out pretty quickly. Would you go ahead and give me a move skill check, Finch? This will reflect how quickly you can navigate everyone away from this potentially dangerous encounter.
And I will, as we begin to walk, seeing the sun start to come out. CB can't whistle at all. Like, I fucking suck at attempting to whistle, but Eryk can whistle. And if you and it's a tune that has been carried on the wind. Somehow, in some way, shape, or form, he's kind of pieced the pieces together, and it's totally "I'm walking on sunshine." Whoa! As I will inspire this role. Fight me. So let me roll this, and then I will add. You will add.
Okay.
If there's any success. 7 dice, only 1 success.
That's okay. I had 1 success also.
Okay, well, that is enough to navigate pretty quickly through the area. So we will say that in the interest of time, you are able to navigate through some of these buildings, through some of the areas where walls have been broken. You're able to use cover and move pretty quickly away from this area. As you progress, you're getting very close to your destination here. I'm going to need a final find the path skill check. And this is going to reflect navigating the zone. It's going to also reflect identifying some potential dangers and maybe getting to the cache without getting attacked.
I'm looking very smug because I rolled 3 successes.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So, in addition, much like we've done in the past, those extra successes can go towards additional speed, finding artifacts, or if there's something else that you would be interested in using a success for, you're welcome to give me a suggestion, which I'll gladly take.
I think, yeah, items are good. And then I'll use maybe 2 for items and 1 for speed.
Okay. All right. In that case, let's go ahead.
Wait, 3 successes mean only 2 are the extras, correct?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so 1 artifact and 1 for speed, or
Yeah.
2 artifacts?
1 artifact and 1 for speed.
Okay, all right. Sure. That's super doable. All right.
Car.
Car.
Or saddle to ride that bird. One of these 2 things would be wonderful.
I've got
Take a
couple.
car, take a bus, take a tank, you know?
I've got a couple of options here. Michelle, would you roll a d6 to determine which artifact you find?
Roll a real one. Whoop. 1.
A 1.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Very good.
We find a car, but it's about to explode.
Yeah.
As you are walking, you find kind of buried under a little bit of rubble, there is this interesting contraption. You've never seen anything like it before. There is a metal rod with bits of some kind of fabric. You're not sure what exactly it is, but it seems like a similar fabric to the kind of poncho material that you're wearing. And when you pick it up, right, there seems to be these little metal arms that stick off of it that are attached to this fabric that kind of flop around a little bit. If you take a moment, you'll realize that there's a metal piece that moves up and down the pole, and as it does, the fabric flops in and out.
All of it. Can I just keep it open and just know how to hold this thing?
Absolutely.
Everyone, I found something cool. We can put, and they flip it upside down. We can put water in it or whatever and carry more stuff with it.
I think that's like a pre-year 0 weapon. Like something that, you would. It's got that pump action. Like those fancy guns that
No,
that Hill's people have.
I don't think that's. Can I see it really quickly?
I mean, you could stab someone with a real.
I think I read in one of the encyclopedias that wasn't completely archaic, and he opens it. I think it was like a shield.
Oh
yeah.
But with the bayonet,
though. Can I?
It's like
can I look at it?
it's like surprise shield, Danny. Like they don't know it's a shield, and then
It's like a flash.
shield and a stab, shield stab.
He hands it to
The
Danny.
the end is the end pointy or one of those like capped ends?
It's rounded. It's not particularly sharp. You could sharpen it. It could be sharpened.
I can sharpen
anything
anything.
out of it though. Like I don't see where you would put the bullets if it's a weapon.
Well, it would need to be probably re-hollowed. These things erode. over
Re-hollowed. What does it grow back or something? Is it organic?
Well, it's erosion.
Okay, cool. Boring. Let's keep going, but you guys can keep fighting about this while we walk around.
Okay. Well, no, I think it's a good idea to put some water in it. That's a good idea.
Okay. Wait for it to
What
rain.
water out here is safe?
Yes.
Are you just gonna pour it out of your jug?
Yeah, we can wait till we find some more.
I mean, I'm just saying that out here, a lot of it is unsanitary at best.
If we need it, we could load it with some water, for like washing and stuff.
Do you want me to sharpen it while we walk so you can have a weapon?
Yes.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah.
All right, because I'm not doing anything else, so
Let's do all the things with it.
I'll whittle as we walk, do some jury rigging to really make that point of that umbrella real sharp.
Okay. Go ahead and you can make your jury rig roll on that. While you're making that jury rig roll, Finch, as you're entering this area, I think you're the first to notice this, but probably Danny, you notice it shortly thereafter. This is a contaminated area. The rot exists here. And so you find it's not really something that you can immediately sense, right? You don't have an alarm or something that indicates it, so much as the longer you're in it, you get this sense of nausea. in your stomach is kind of the first kind of sign. You start to experience things like chills, headaches. Each of you is going to take a rot point in this area.
We just walked right into the rot, not knowing it was rot.
The area itself. So yes, it is the entire like section of the map. Think of it like a
Gotcha.
Miasma.
Yeah, like you know, a mile, like a square mile block ish on a map. Hypothetically, if we were using a map that was split into a square grid.
I'm wearing my rot suit,
You are.
which I think is a +3. So does that mean I don't take any rot?
You are not going to take that rot damage. I believe there might need to be a roll for that, but let me double
Probably,
check.
yeah. It's probably like defending. So I roll
Yeah.
the dice and yeah,
Yep.
okay. I have to at least get 1 success to protect. Okay, cool.
Roll your gear
Also, I got
dice.
3 success, by the way, on sharpening the umbrella.
Okay,
So I'm gonna spend my stunts to make it more durable, so it can be
Yep.
used more than once, and to give it a +1 of damage.
Excellent. So someone now has a somewhat durable +1 umbrella javelin.
I think umbrella bayonet, you know.
Umbrella bayonet. Good.
Yeah, so I hand that to whoever wants it because I don't need it.
You can keep it, or someone else can have it. I'm good.
I will hand it to
Thank
Danny.
Okay,
And I got
thanks.
1 success with my rot suit, so I think that
All right.
saves me.
That rot is negated. So you won't take that rot point.
Plastic grocery bags and duct tape.
I will note that while everyone else, and that's going to include JoJo, while everyone else seems to start to be feeling not necessarily like horrible, but a little nausea, some chills. Danny, you are not experiencing that at all. You seem to feel fine. If other people start to complain about symptoms, you're like, what symptoms?
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and spend a mutant point to get rid
Okay.
of that rot point.
All right. Yeah, you can do that.
Boom, boom, done.
Go ahead and just give me a quick D6 roll as you use that mutation point.
1d6.
Yep, just one for the mutation point that you're spending.
I got a 4.
Excellent. Nothing happens.
Okay.
All right. As we progress forward, Finch, following the directions on the map, you feel pretty confident that you are getting very, very close to the location of this cache. And so it is no surprise then when, as you're moving forward, you see a small lake that seems to have formed in the middle of what used to be a little kind of neighborhood. There's this area where you can see this very clearly contaminated water. A little bit from a distance here, but as you're moving, it's starting to get close. You're a couple blocks away, if blocks were a unit of measurement that could be used.
Okay. I mean, I think according to Tula's crappy map, we're very close. They mentioned a little thing of water, but don't touch it. It's all goopy in there.
Okay.
So, should we be prepared for whatever that big thing that we should be expecting
Oh
is?
yeah. The
like
not bear.
The not bear.
I mean, I guess we can. What's the plan?
I don't know. Do we want to I'm not good with the navigating part, but if you can direct us, maybe we can, do a wide circle around, stay in some brush, not get seen. And if we do get seen, it's only one of us and not four of us, and the other ones have a little surprise. You feel me?
Does anyone else?
You know, like if you're gonna jump somebody in the arc and take their stuff, like you wanna have a group, you wanna get around.
That happens to me almost every other day. Why would I want to do that to someone else?
Because it's the big bear that's gonna kill you with its big claws.
It's the beast.
I know another big bear. The name is Cole.
Well, this beast kicked Tula's ass, so it's probably pretty cool. Anyway, but yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Does anyone else have ranged weapons? Because I've got my bow and arrows.
I'll pull out the gun.
Eryk, can you do anything?
I mean, I can.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe.
I can do a thing, but I would have to be about an arm's length away, and also, I need to expose myself to some more rot.
What?
What?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I can, yeah.
Well, should somebody be bait? Should we set up bait? Would that work?
I could be bait.
Really?
Sure. I don't mind.
I would rather you not just sacrifice yourself for a plan
I'm
that
not
we
gonna
have.
die.
Unless the big bear thing comes.
Yeah,
Hey.
no, it's okay. I got it.
Hey,
I mean,
Jojo.
don't leave me out there by myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe Jojo can go with you, and you can both be bait, or maybe Jojo can just hide nearby. And because
Either way.
Jojo, you're like a punch person, huh? You like punch things, or what? What's your
Yeah,
deal?
yeah. And you see he's got a baseball bat with spikes sticking out of it, slung over his shoulder. He's like, yeah, no, I wouldn't want to let Danny go up there by herself. That's a no-go.
Twice the
in my book.
bait.
Yeah, we'll be bait then.
Okay.
Did was it Monaco that had the jerry can?
Yeah.
I believe so.
It figures. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, that's fine. So yeah, you double bait, and then we split off and find a good vantage point, and then boom, 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 threat disposed.
Yeah. If anyone gets hurt, I can maybe help. And also, Vic, you have that can of junk that might help.
Yeah, the medicine. Yeah.
Okay. I guess
Maybe,
let's approach-
Eryk, I'm gonna stay back. I got a gun, and you have to get in there. I'm gonna give you the soda pop, which is, in my mind, medicine. So I'm gonna be like, you should take this stuff. It's like medicine. You just, if you're feeling bad, just pop it back.
He will take it and be very confused, but he will put it in a bag or something. Go, I still don't like this plan, but I guess I will stay close or something, just in case.
Yeah, you just stay behind it, and then you run up behind it and just. You got anything sharp?
No. I'll pull out. I'll like look at he has like a little slingshot. This is what I got.
Yeah,
it from
great. You can stay far away and just. Are you a good shot with that?
No.
Also, Eryk, don't you like? Can't you like hurt things with your voice? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, people have said I can't sing, but I don't know if I can necessarily hurt anything with it.
Go up behind it. Run. Onto its back. In its ear. There you go.
If that works, then sure.
Maybe try the slingshot first, though.
Oh, I will try the slingshot first. Yes.
All right.
Okay, I guess. Well, I guess I'll try to figure out where we should go. Is there like a tree nearby I can kind of climb up and get some vantage points to help delegate where people should go?
Yeah, you can absolutely find a vantage point, a tree, a little bit of broken down building, and any kind of vantage point you'd like. There's something there for you.
Cool. What shall I roll?
Yeah. Give me a scout. Okay. A scout roll would be good.
What's this for? And it's 1. Roll. God damn it. Okay, that's 1 failure. I'll take
Okay.
one more confusion, I think, and do a push.
Yeah, go ahead and wait on the confusion point just
Oh,
in
okay.
case you roll any additional failures.
Right,
But
right,
go
right,
ahead
right,
and push it and just see what we get.
I got 1 success, but 2 failures.
Okay. So that'll be 2 points of confusion, but you will have your success. And so with that, as you are taking a look around,
Don't forget, you get a mutation point for pushing the roll.
you do get a mutation point. Correct.
Yes.
And also, if you get a mutation point for each failure, so you get to.
Yes, correct.
But also, I don't know if when you slept, if you got rid of any wits damage that you had before, because all you need to get rid of your confusion
Oh yes, I gotta give him that. Yes.
specifically is
Sleep. Okay.
Yeah.
other
a full
things do
night's
different
sleep.
things, but confusion is just sleep.
Oh,
Yeah,
Really?
a full night's sleep will get rid of 1 point of confusion.
oh, so mine
Uh,
is gone from yesterday.
Same.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just because I was
Good.
like, oh man, I'm very scared about Finch just getting
Just more dots. I'm okay.
Fair. Good
nap.
call out. Thank you. So yeah, as you are up here, you're taking a look around. You can make out some clear signs where some stuff seems to have been fairly recently tipped over. You can see what looks to be like one of those old metal like bins that people used to put things in that seems to be tipped over and stuff has spilled out somewhat recently. It's not like good stuff. Most of it is decayed and seems pretty worthless at this point. But there was clearly like some form of a struggle here pretty recently. So you imagine that might be something that happened when Tula was here. But you do see a little farther ahead, probably another block or two, there is what looks to be a building that is completely hollowed out. Door has been completely taken off of the hinges. It's not there anymore. But it looks like the most promising building in this area in terms of where something might be stashed. It's got it's this kind of metal shack-looking building where, like I said, there's no doors, completely gone. But it seems like there's more inside. It looks like there's almost like a hole on the inside of the building that might be like a tunnel or something that would have additional space beyond just the kind of small metal shack.
Okay, this looks like it's it. I mean, this is the place that Tula talked about. So everyone just let's carefully approach like we said we would. And good luck. Don't die.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll peel off from Finch going whatever the opposite circle is.
Danny's gonna look for more rot.
Yeah, you think the best source of rot right now, you've been warned that the water is contaminated.
That's where Danny's going. Come on, Jojo. Actually, stay like 5 to 10 paces behind me. I gotta go do my thing, my thing.
Yeah, you sure about this? This seems like I always, like I know it doesn't affect you the same way, but like
What, it grosses you out?
well, like the rot stuff is not good for you, right? Like
It's fine for me. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt me.
yeah, no, I know it doesn't hurt you. I'm just, like you get too much of that stuff in your body. Like who knows what could happen?
That's like for other people. For me, it's like my superpower.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Jojo. It's all good. It's all right. It's gonna be fine.
I think I'm just nervous. I'm just nervous.
I think you're just nervous.
Yeah, like you said it's a bear?
It's like a kind of a bear. We're not sure. Maybe a bear. Maybe something worse than a bear. Come on, big strong guy like you is. Come on, how am I not scared? I'm like half your size. Come on.
Yeah, I'm just worried. I just don't want anybody to get hurt. That's all.
It's okay. You know what? I'm sorry. I don't mean to invalidate your feelings. You should be able to be vulnerable with me. That should be part of our friendship. Okay.
Yeah, no, I trust you. That's why, I'm being honest with you. I'm a little nervous right now, but it's okay.
Okay, buddy, I got you. It's okay. I got you. I'm gonna just grab him around the waist and hug him.
Yeah,
because I imagine I'm that short.
a massive bone-crushing bear hug back, and then you can continue forward.
Just hug the thing like that, and you'll crack his ribs. See, that's all you gotta do.
Yeah. I don't think the bear's gonna be too fond of hugs, but I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk over to the water.
Okay. About how many points of rot would you like to take?
Well, how much of this water do I have to guzzle to get 4 points of rot?
That's a good question. You feel like it would take honestly not that much of this water. This is pretty nasty. It's got that kind of like slightly like green radioactive vibe, but like it's very murky. You can tell that something happened here. It contaminated it. You're not sure what. I would say that if you, took a good long, drink of water, you could take 2 rot points from it, and so 2 good long drinks of water will give you 4 rot points.
Danny crouches down, and she's like, "Oh, Jojo, this is like refined. This is like pure rot right here. It's good quality." She scoops it up in her hands and drinks.
Okay.
2 long drinks.
It is not a pleasant experience. You have had so many better things to drink, water, booze, literally anything else. But mechanically, you have given yourself 4 rot points.
Okay. Stands back up. Okay, Jojo. All right, I'm ready. Let's be bait.
You just hear Finch silently vomit in the background.
Yeah, like this is a nasty thing for anyone who isn't Danny. Like this is a bit unsettling, but
I'm glad I went the opposite direction and
spare yourself.
Did not. Nope.
Yeah.
I want it known that CB has been sitting here going, what the heck is Eryk doing? Because Eryk has not moved. He is very confused. 3 people went 3 different ways, and he doesn't know which way to go. He's not really good at being bait. He's not really understanding the idea of going around and getting the jump on somebody. So he just kind of stands there and waits. waits for a while before I rolled a 1. He's going to follow Finch, just absentmindedly, eventually just go, tap,
There was
tap,
a
tap,
plant.
tap, tap.
There was a plant. Get down. Jeez.
Oh.
We're just gonna hide until the beast appears, and then we're gonna shoot it or whatever. You can use your slingshot or your yelling. Just hide.
Okay. She gets down and starts to read.
I just find like a big leaf and put it like over Eric's head, like, here you go. Little hat.
Phenomenal. Danny, as you turn around from taking your drink, you can see that like Eryk, or not Eryk, Jojo is like pinching his nose and like covering his mouth. But he's like, "Okay, are you ready to go now?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What are we doing? Where are we going?
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention during the whole planning bit, so I'm just gonna
Okay,
follow.
no worries. It's okay. I'm
follow
the
you.
brains.
Yeah.
I'm the brains between the two of us. You're the brawn. I'm the brains.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I look around. I know Finch saw tracks. Do I see those tracks, or did Finch tell us?
I feel like I would have pointed that out, like during the planning stages, kind of a little bit.
Yeah,
No.
for sure. So then that's where we're heading. We're gonna head over to where those tracks are. You see that? You see that, Jojo? That looks like there was some scuffle over there. So we're gonna head over there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure. So you want to follow me or?
No, I take point. Like
Okay.
always, Jojo.
Sure. I just.
You're really nervous, huh?
Well, I don't want you to get hurt.
You're so sweet. You're really sweet. You know, it's too bad we didn't work out as a couple.
Well, there's always next time, right?
Yeah, no, I think that ship has sailed, but I love you so much, Jojo. I really
Okay.
do.
Look, I respect that.
Yeah, I love you. All right, let's go.
All right. And do you walk forward?
Yes, I will walk
Okay.
forward.
He will follow you. You can definitely hear him kind of still nervously, like, messing with like the buttons on his jacket, or playing with one of the spikes on his bat as he's following. But you will move forward. How close to this area where the cache and potentially this creature is do you want to get?
I mean, semi-slowly, not too slowly. Walking towards it until something happens. Until we're at it or something else happens.
Okay, I will say as you walk forward, you'll get to be about a short distance, probably 30 yards or so, away from the entrance of this building. It is definitely looks like kind of more of a temporary sort of structure in its design. There's some holes in the roof that you imagine don't make it a particularly great place to sleep. But as you go, get a little bit closer and kind of peer in, you can see that there appears to be a metal grate with one of those doors, the handle that rotates, that seems to be built into the ground in this structure. And you can see on top of that door, currently seems like asleep, a massive, probably 8 or 9 foot tall furred creature. Its fur is so incredibly thick. You imagine it is probably would count as some kind of natural armor. It is this very interesting creature because it looks like it might have once been a naturally occurring creature, the kind that you've heard of before. But this is definitely not whatever that was. In addition to being 9 or 10 feet tall, with this thick, matted fur, you can see that its mouth seems unnatural for a creature's mouth, and it doesn't really have a snout in the same way that like a bear or many animals have snouts. It looks much more. It much more resembles that of. I don't want to say of a human, but perhaps of what like a 5-year-old might draw a bear's mouth to look like. It seems to be gaped very wide. You can see pointed, sharp teeth. And it begins to stir as you approach.
Danny finally looks a little nervous. Not her usual calm, cool, confident self. And she's going to just instinctually reach for Jojo's hand, the hand that's not holding the bat, and just grab it like...
He's holding it, and you can see he's like sweating bullets right now. But he kind of like points with his bat, is like, you want me to step in front of you, or?
No. Let's go this way. I'm gonna point to, like, towards the bear's feet. Like I want to go kind of circle the bear towards his feet. So we're kind of behind it.
Okay.
Or like towards the back of it.
You're going to have a hard time navigating inside the structure. It's it's only
inside,
like 10 foot by 10 foot.
Okay.
So you could certainly get to one side or the other of the opening or behind the structure itself, but there's not enough space inside the structure to move around the creature.
Okay, so if the structure's inside, the bear is inside the structure, is there, like, you said there's a door, can we like climb up on top of the doorway or something?
Yeah, you sure, you could probably do that. You're not sure if it would hold both yours and JoJo's weight, but you're welcome to try.
Okay, so okay. So I'm gonna whisper to JoJo. I'm gonna climb up there and drop some rocks to get it outside here. You hide behind the structure, okay?
Yeah, I'll hide.
Okay,
I got it.
Just be ready, because we're all gonna, everyone's gonna attack it once it's out here.
Yeah.
Don't be a hero, JoJo. Don't be a hero until everyone's out here attacking, okay?
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Okay. All right.
And so he'll move kind of around the structure. Let me just make a quick sneak roll for JoJo. Trying to go and find a good spot to hide. He gets a success, and so it's able to move behind the building. So you are looking to climb up on top of this and then drop some rocks on the creature?
Yes, so I'm going to look for some rocks around.
Yeah.
Any size, smallish.
Very easy to find rock, bits of brick or gravel or something like that.
Stuff my pockets as much as I can.
Okay.
And then, I'm going to try to climb up, try to find a stable footing to climb up to the top of the door frame.
Okay. Let's start with a move skill check, and then after that, I'll get a sneak skill check to make sure that you're able to do so quietly.
Okay, so this is just agility because I have nothing in move. And no successes.
Okay. Would you like to push it?
Yeah, I'm going to push it.
Okay. All right.
Still no successes. But
Still no successes.
No failures.
No failures. Okay. Here's what happens. We won't need that sneak check after all. Here is what happens. As you go to start climbing up this metal building, it's kind of one of those like shed things that you can purchase for your yard, basically. You go and you find a vantage point. You start to climb up. There's something that you can get up on top of it. And as you are moving up, you're not necessarily like the most practiced when it comes to climbing some of these things. And so as you're going along, you're doing a really good job. You're on top of it. And then your foot hits a section of the metal that is particularly rusted out. And you hear this screeching sound of metal. Everyone hears the screeching sound of metal as your foot plunges through the roof. This chunk of rusted out metal drops onto the creature's head, and it is very much awake now. You are in a bit of a precarious position, and I think we should all roll initiative. So go ahead and make a D6 roll. And that will determine your order in initiative. No modifiers unless you have mutation or talent that gives you a modifier for that.
6.
Also 6.
5.
Okay, all right. That's pretty good. All right.
Mellie.
1.
How did JoJo do?
JoJo did okay. He got a 4.
Okay. Oh, good. We're all
All right, I'm going last.
All right. So Finch had the 6.
And so did Danny, yeah.
Finch and Danny had 6. Okay, great. That's good. All right. And then Eryk, that was a 5, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Here we go.
Fighting a bearish thing.
Fighting the bear.
Jojo
Fighting the
and-
bear.
Bick. Okay. So as this happens, immediately we'll say that since Finch, you're probably waiting to see what happens with Danny.
Yeah.
Danny, combat has started. The bear seems suddenly aware of you. Well, it's not really a bear. I shouldn't call it a bear. It seems suddenly aware of your presence. You are on top of a metal roof, your leg sticking through a hole in the roof, directly above it. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna well, I guess I'm gonna try to get my leg back up and so it doesn't get snatched by this
Sure.
creature.
That's easy. That's just your movement to do
Okay.
something like that. In terms of anything combat oriented, what are you looking to accomplish on this round of combat?
I guess okay. My first plan is kind of not. I wanted to get it out of the structure so that everyone could get good licks in. You know, like
Mhm,
come and fight it. But maybe it's just better for it to stay in here. So I'm gonna spew some rot in its face if it's looking up at me to hopefully
Okay.
blind it.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and use your mutation for that ability. Go ahead and roll a d6 to use that mutation, and then
Okay.
from there, let's see what happens.
5.
Great. Alrighty. And how many rot points do you want to use?
So it says inflicts 1 point of damage for every mutation point I spend. Each
Mhm.
point also requires 1 point of rot.
Okay. So,
So I can do 2 at most because that's how many mutation points I have right now.
okay.
So I guess I'll just do 2. Yeah. I'll spend both mutation points to spew 2 rot points at it.
Okay. All right. That works then. Let me make a roll for this creature to see what happens, because it has some armor. And let me just double check. Yes. And then X of the rot. Okay. Yeah, it is going to take some damage from this. As this happens, what does it look like? Describe this ability.
I'm sorry, everyone. I will try not to get too gross with this. But basically, she not just regurgitates, but the rot that she ingested earlier comes back out through her eyes and mouth. And maybe her nose too. Let's just say all, yes, just like, and it's just like this now even more concentrated. It's like her body concentrates it down to its sickest, most acidic levels and just like spews it back out.
Yeah, so it takes these rot points, and we'll take damage from that as well. I rolled for the effects of the rot on it, and it is taking a point of damage. So you seem to have angered it, and now this creature is looking up, very, very intent on you. Finch, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
From where I'm standing, do I have clear access to that doorway to the monster, or do I need to move closer? I have a long range weapon.
You probably, it's not necessarily a matter of moving closer, but repositioning so that you can get a clean shot in. I would say that for your movement on this turn, you could move in such a way that you could get a clean line of sight. You just might not have as much cover of a vantage point right now.
Okay, I would say I would have to take that move, and then I'd have to draw the weapon, right? And so that's my 2 moves right there.
If you had it already prepared, I wouldn't make you draw it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm into
I mean,
it.
you've been
Okay.
preparing to attack this creature.
Yeah.
It would make sense for you to have it out and ready.
Okay. So I do that thing. I move. So I have field of vision, and I shoot with my bow and one of my 5 arrows. Sure hope it doesn't get broken. What do I roll here?
You are going to make a shoot skill check,
Right.
and then you will get whatever bonus your bow gives you as well. That will function as a gear die when you make your check.
Gear dice. That's the green one, right?
Black one.
Black. So close. Okay, get 1 bonus, and here we go. Whoosh. Nothing. No failures or successes. How is
okay.
that possible? So many dice.
Okay. Would you like to push it?
Hell yeah, let's do this. That was, by the way, with 8 dice that happened.
That's a lot of dice.
Okay, on the push, I got 2 successes, no failures.
Nice. Okay. So with that success, that additional success rather, you could choose a couple of things here. You could deal an extra point of damage. You could try to disarm it. It may or may not have something weapon-wise. Who knows?
Right.
Or you could try to come up with some other stunt if you would like. If you wanted to try like a trick shot or ricochet it off of something and do something fancy.
I would love to try a trick shot. I would like to have aimed in such a way that maybe I'm aiming at its foot, and maybe I hit that foot in such a way that I penetrate it and get him stuck to the ground so he has limited mobility.
Okay. All right. I can absolutely dig that. Let me go ahead and roll some armor checks for this creature. It is going to mitigate 1 point of damage. How much damage does your bow do? Just 1?
1, yeah.
Okay, so we'll say that your trick shot works perfectly in practice, but the armor of this creature is thick enough. It hits something in the fur, and while it seems to stick in the creature, does not seem to have the pinning effect that you desired that it might.
Okay. And then just like extra little thing, I finish and I just turn to Eryk. Well, that's as good as I could do. Good luck. Don't get killed.
All right. Next up in initiative brings us to Eryk. What would you like to do?
Oh no. He gets watched. Finch. What did you used? What to attack it?
A bow and arrow.
A bow and arrow, and it seemed to not really do anything to it. Not really.
It stuck his foot down. I got his foot stuck down, so he's not as mobile as he was, but it did not damage him because his armor was too beefy.
That's scary. He like looked at the bow and go like there's like a clear visual of awe. He's remembering somebody that he read about, and I think his name is like their leg is like leg Ola, I don't know. He if that didn't work, then this thing isn't going to work. But he looks and he just starts to like sing to himself very softly, but that song almost becomes very minor and dissonant as he focuses on this creature, and he's going to use a oh wait, how close is this thing?
I will say that you could be either a short or a long distance away. Your choice, depending on how close you would like to be to it.
And you can do a maneuver before you do an action.
You can maneuver too.
Yeah, you either get 2 maneuvers or you get 1 maneuver and 1 action.
This is going to be a very, very, very bad idea.
Okay.
He says, I'll try not to die. And I will maneuver myself closer to the creature so I can get near it.
Yeah. If you move forward, we can say that perhaps you and Finch, where you previously were kind of in the middle ground between short and long. You can get just close enough with one movement to be near.
Great. Then as he gets near, he just thinks, and because he doesn't really know what. And are we inside of a building? Sorry, I'm like all just.
The creature is inside of like a little metal shed, basically, but otherwise you are out in the open.
Perfect. He will get closer, and as he gets closer, he begins to hum and like sing this very dissonant sound. But it almost becomes silent, but you still clearly see his mouth moving as he uses some MP points to use one of his mind terror abilities. He's going to use 3 MP points. And I could do more, but I guess I'm going to need them. And what would be the best thing about this? He doesn't think it's. I don't know anything about. Before I do this, do I know anything about this creature? Have I ever heard about it or read about it?
Pretty much the only thing you've ever heard is from Tula, which isn't necessarily incredibly useful information. At a quick glance, it looks like a very large thing that could be a cousin of a bear, but it is not a bear.
Okay. I guess more importantly is, and tell me to F off if I'm being extra. Do I think, or does it seem like it's more wise in a way, or does it feel more?
I don't think you have any way to know that as of this time.
Okay, I don't think a bear can feel.
Okay.
Not really. I think it's very instinctive, but I don't think it has feelings. Peter, fight me. So as I begin to inflict this terror within it, using 3 MP points, I'm going to inflict 3 doubt on this creature.
Okay. All right. Is there
and oh, sorry.
Is there any kind of mechanic that it lists for it to resist that, or is it just it just happens? Okay, great.
Nope. And I think as I inflicted this mental image, because it is, I inflicted with visions and things. I think what happens is, even though there's clearly a Danny and there's clearly things around, I think more importantly, in its mind, it hears the screech of the bird that was around, thinking that that's a more pertinent problem to deal with, causing doubt that we are even worth it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That happens. You can see this almost this look of not initially confusion, but this look of, wait a minute, what's happening? Crosses this creature's face. It seems maybe shocked in a way, as you use your powers to inflict this doubt.
However, I misfired.
You did misfire. Okay. All right. In that case, let me make a really quick.
Oh, wait. Well, I need to roll 2 more. Oh, God. That is 1 more misfire.
Okay. All right. Let me give you rolls here. So, on the first one, your mutation gets supercharged. You get back the MP you just spent, and you can immediately, in the same turn, activate the same mutation again against the same target or another target.
Oh my god!
The second misfire means that you suffer the effect of the mutation and take as much trauma as your target. If the mutation doesn't cause trauma, you get disoriented instead and can't act at all in the next turn. So, you can use your mutation again. What would you like to do? Also, you took 3 points of doubt.
How much
I
do you have?
think I have a lot, luckily. Empathy is my
Okay.
highest stat.
But how much more can you take? Because like when you equal the doubt equal to your.
So if I
empathy,
do
you're
it
gonna be
again,
out.
I will also take what I gave.
That would be a second usage, and you would need to roll for a misfire again.
Okay,
You will take 3 doubt right now.
I did.
You can choose to activate it again.
Yeah, I will.
And you have your mutation points back.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna. I'm
extra
gonna.
mutation points.
That no, I think he's going to I think he's just feeling what got inflicted back upon him. I almost think in his own mind, his own visions of doubt, this bear becomes coal in his mind, and he just gets very angry. And this song gets even louder as he intends to sow more doubt upon this creature. I'm using 2 though.
Okay. Using 2. All right.
I did not misfire this time though.
Okay. Good to
5
know.
doubt. Oh my.
And I was reading about this broken effect. So like, what's happening with this creature? Because that's 5 doubt points.
That is a lot of doubt. You are absolutely correct.
I feel bad for the bear thing.
It's cold now.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, so as this happens and this ability happens again, first of all, everyone, you see this and you are probably equal parts like amazed and terrified at what has just happened here from Eryk.
Just to add on, I think everyone around gets as much mental or like psionic power that is coming from Eryk. I think anyone just gets like a minor headache just from the throbbing that's happening, and you hear him say, "Stop messing with my stuff!" As he starts to yell at and sing at this creature.
Yeah. So as this happens, you see that this creature goes through the equivalent of like a full-blown mental breakdown in the moment. Like just so much happens in its head that if a bear could just like stare into the abyss, it would. It seems okay. Like, it's not as heavily affected by this as you might expect, but it is in a bad way.
Did we just like, sorry, not we, did Eryk just domesticate this bear thing?
Domesticate? Probably not. It is now this creature's turn.
Oh no, I'm dead.
It is now this creature's turn.
I'm next to you.
Well, Eryk ran forward, so you are not immediately next to.
Good luck, buddy.
And it is going to, in response to this, rush towards you. It is going to use its movement, and as part of this, is going to take a attack against you with its claws.
I don't like this.
And you can see as it rushes from its previously kind of lied down position where it was stirring but hadn't gotten up yet, it is looming over you. Like I said earlier, 9-10 feet tall, with this black fur that has gray on the tips of each of the individual hairs. Its palms, its paws with these claws are probably like 2 to 3 feet large, and it is going to make an attack against you now. Let me roll for that. So, it is going to, with its claws, it gets 2 successes on this attack. You can use your armor to try to negate that, but it will deal 2 points of damage to you.
What do I do for armor? I roll?
You're gonna make a roll using gear dice, as many gear dice as you have points in your armor, which I think might
If
be
you
3.
Or
Four.
Yeah, you have-
If you do this, though, remember you only have, I think that uses your action for your next turn.
Yes. If you defend, it is one. You can only then do 1 maneuver on your next turn, or 1 action on your next turn instead of 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to defend.
Okay.
yeah.
That's 0 successes.
Okay. So you are going to take 2 points of damage as the claws rake across your body, tearing these nasty gashes in your clothing and in your flesh.
Now what happens? But now like, if say for instance, you had a certain number in strength, and you either go over or match that in damage. What happened?
So I think in a previous episode we may have confused the broken status with something else. Mellie, you may have said something about it previously.
Yeah, I got it handy here. So, yeah, if your damage of any of those attributes is equal to or greater than your attribute, because each point subtracts 1, so basically your attribute score hits 0, you're broken. So with strength, you are like knocked out or like super in like a lot of pain. It's very dangerous. You also get a critical injury.
Oh yeah.
Based on a table, I think. And you can't use any skills, perform actions, or activate mutations, but you can perform 1 maneuver each turn. Someone else can successfully try to heal you to get back up, but otherwise, yeah, it'll depend, I guess, on the critical injury that you get.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm hurt.
Okay.
I only had 1 in strength, and I took 2.
Could you, for me, please roll 2 d6s using 1 as your 10s place and 1 as your 1s place, and let me know what you get.
Okay. This is gonna be 65.
Okay. Eryk, your heart beats 1 last time, and then you die.
Yes!
Your heart has been pierced.
Oh my god.
Anyways, it's JoJo's turn. So,
Anyway.
GM! Oh my god!
that's what CB rolled for on the critical injuries table.
No, it's just your spin into the next turn. That's what I'm just okay.
JoJo is going to run forward with his bat with spikes. He sees that you're injured. That's not a good thing. And so he is going to make a fight check here against the creature. That is 1 success, 2 successes, 3 successes. So he'll probably put all of that into damage, I think. So I can do math on the fly. 1, 2, 3. And as he runs up now behind this creature, hitting it in the back with this spiked bat, it sticks in the back of the creature for just a moment before he pulls it free, and the creature turns around and gives him a look. He's injured, right? This creature is now injured. It's taken several points of damage, but is still standing as of this moment.
Oh, jeez.
That is Jojo's turn, and Bick, that brings us to you.
I mean, I went from remind me to never mess with Eryk to, oh wow. Oh my.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, okay. This is, yeah, okay. So I mean, I don't know that he's dead. I know he's down and bleeding, and there's a mess of fur and stuff. I'm gonna try from where I am. I had my gun ready, as I said earlier, that I took it out. So I'd like to do the thing with shoot, where I can spend one maneuver to aim carefully, and if I have solid cover, I can get an extra bonus for doing that.
Okay.
Did you say that I have that?
Yeah,
Right.
you had an opportunity to go in position and find whatever strategic place you would like. So if you want to be behind pretty good cover, you can be behind pretty good cover.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I really wish we had that jerry can, because then at least, if Eryk was carrying it, I could, like, make something blow up. But alas,
Right,
I will aim for the thing and not for the body. I mean, my friend, who I don't know is dead. God, jeez.
Right.
Ah. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna do the shoot, which, what's my, I got 4 agility. I got 1 shoot, and I've got 2 bonus, and I've got 1 gear die. Lots of dice. I got 2 successes, but I'm thinking I might push the roll. I'm gonna push the roll. Well, that worked out terribly. I traded my 2 successes and no failures for 2 successes and 1 failure. So I'm gonna take some damage to myself, which I think I'm gonna take some doubt, because I'm a little thrown by what's going on here, and but I do shoot, and that I'm gonna use the stunt to do extra damage.
Okay.
That's 1 extra point of damage, and my scrap pistol does 2, so that's 3 damage against the murderer.
Okay. Yeah, so 3 damage. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it is going to take that damage. Sorry, I'm doing just a quick math check over here.
Yeah.
And that will actually be just enough. What does it look
sweet.
like? What does it look like as this massive furry creature is killed?
Yeah, so I think, like, as it's, like, pulling up from Eryk, all bloody and gross, and Jojo does his slams with that bat, like, it is just, like, this mess of matted fur and blood, and the weird, like, human nose that it has is, like, smushed to the side, and it, like, lurches to the side to roar, maybe, at Jojo, and that's, like, me from the brush. Fire off that 1 shot from the scrap pistol, and I mean, these are again, it's all scraps. So I think this bullet is almost like weirdly sharp and jagged and kind of broken, like I pieced it back together, and it just goes right through like 1 cheek and then like kind of to the back of the mandible, and like the whole like jaw off, and it just falls I'm sorry, Omi. It falls on top of Eryk.
The audacity.
I just like the dramatic imagery.
It is very dramatic. As this happened, you can see the form of this creature collapses, landing on top of Eryk in now this expanding pool of blood. Jojo is standing there now over this creature on top of Eryk, looking at the two of them, and he seems kind of stunned.
Help him up. And I'm gonna run over, and I even put my gun down, like I just kind of tossed to the side. And I'm gonna, come on, give me a hand with this thing. Lift it up.
Yeah, and Jojo
run over
will
to
try to
help.
help.
Scramble down from the top and run over to help. I pull out one of my bottles of booze.
Yeah,
What's going on? Oh my God.
Eryk, get it off of him, and I try to scrounge through his stuff for the soda can that I gave him.
Yeah, there's absolutely a soda can in there. Yeah, shaking it up, that helps a lot.
Yeah, it helps. It's the medicine. You gotta shake it.
Yeah.
Shake it up, and I'm like, hey.
Here, mix it with this. Here.
Yeah. We make a cocktail.
Making a rum and coke over there.
Yeah. It's a medicinal rum and coke.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right.
Try to make him drink.
There's a small explosion of foamy beverage, but you're able to get some of this drink and some of Danny's booze into Eryk's mouth.
The celebration drink. Come on, but you did so good. I am so impressed. You said you couldn't do it, but look at you. You made that thing.
I'm gonna
want
slap
to
his chest.
End itself. Yeah. Come on.
Come on.
With this, I will let you make a heal skill check, Bick. This is more to diagnose than it is to actually cure.
All right. Well, I'm probably still gonna think that he's dead. I'm gonna say, because I'm gonna roll one die.
Can I help at all?
Danny, you can make. You can help. You can add 2 dice to this endeavor.
And then, I guess, does the booze or the soda add anything?
This doesn't really make sense, but I will say that you get a +1 gear bonus from the soda.
Dope. All right, I went up to 4 dice from 1. That's pretty good. Success! The soda rolled a success!
All right. As you pour, and here's how this works out, right? As you pour this soda mixed with booze into Eryk's now lifeless mouth, you can tell that you don't think he's alive. You think, and then you just look down, you see all of the blood, and you see he's not responding.
You know how there are things where you know that they're gonna happen. Like you're going along just knowing that if the thing is gonna happen, and then it does.
You knew this was gonna happen?
Of course I did. I mean, there's no way he was gonna survive out here in the zone, but I feel like I kind of made him come, and I knew this was gonna happen, but I didn't actually. I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't think it was going to happen, you know?
Well, he was sent on this mission the same as us and had stuff to do. I mean, that happens. I don't think all of us were going to survive coming back from this if...
I really thought you had a shot. I mean, did you see what he did to that thing?
Yeah.
He just got it all confused. That was amazing. That was like brilliant.
But who's gonna tell the story? Because that was his job.
One of us is gonna have to start writing stuff.
In the arms of an angel.
You're dead.
We all
I,
get it. Did you hear that?
His mutation is a
yeah,
ghost
it's-
now.
it's kind of like how I got, the gas in me, and you got the rod in you, and the music was in him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Should we bury him, or at least take his stuff, right? Sorry,
yeah,
but-
or we should take his stuff, probably burn his body so it doesn't,
Ugh.
But
Oh, it's known he has 1 slingshot, 9 rations of grub, 7 rations of water, some boots. They give you a +1 to endure a hard trek zone. The armor and 6 bullets and books.
Oh yeah,
thank you,
and
Omega.
books.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I think he'd want us to inter the books with him.
I'm not big enough to carry these books, but I'll take the.
No, I mean,
Slingshot.
we can,
No.
we'll burn those and.
We
take
shouldn't
the-
burn the books. Hold on, wait, no, we shouldn't bury the books either. I think he would want them to be shared with people. Remember the library? We need to make a library in memoriam for
Yeah,
Eryk.
I just didn't want to have to carry them, but
I'll
you're
carry
right.
him. I don't care. I'll carry him.
Okay, all right. Well,
I take all the rocks out of my pockets that didn't get to you, and I'll start stuffing books in there.
I guess, I'll once we clear, his body of all the stuff, I'll spend a mutation point to cremate.
Okay. All right.
I rolled a 3 on the mutation thing. So
Okay.
and
So no negative effects happen.
yeah. While
sometimes they're really great. Sometimes not so
Yeah.
much.
while once kind of the burn is caught on and it's just kind of going on its own and back up from everybody, I really awkwardly, I don't make eye contact, but I just kind of stand next to the other 3, sorry, and I just say, I should tell you, remember Monaco?
Yeah.
Remember
Yes.
Monaco? Yeah, okay. She left a note.
What?
Why
Yeah.
didn't you tell us that before?
Well, last time I was out here in the zone, the chick I was with, left. Left me to die. And I got mad because I trusted Monaco, and the note was all like, oh, I'm not ditching, but I'm ditching. And, whatever. And it made me mad. And so I burned it. But she just said she went on ahead and, she said that we were clowns, but Eryk wasn't.
But
So
you
sorry.
lied to us, Vic.
Yeah. Yes. That is.
It didn't really do anything except make us think that Monaco is bad.
Yeah, and also, if she went ahead and we're here, where'd she end up?
She probably got lost because I wasn't guiding her, honestly.
She didn't have the map.
Yeah.
We have
This
the map.
awesome map.
So I'm just saying I don't really like being over to. It's sorry.
So every time one of us dies, is someone gonna have some cool truth bomb or what? I thought we were just
Guess
here to
so.
get some stuff and go home, and we just lost Eryk. We don't know where Monica is. I should have done this mission myself.
Hey, we're a team. You know what? Eryk made a sacrifice for all of us. That's nothing to sniff at. Yeah, I stand by what I said. Nothing to sniff at.
Fine. We got his stuff. Should we go down this weird passage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's get the
Yeah.
stuff.
And any scraps we find, I might be able to make something, like a cart. Or
What about this
something.
metal from the structure?
Yes. I'll carry that and shoulder it. That's gonna help us. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna break
For
some
Eryk.
pieces off of the shack, the metal shed, to help break it down.
Great. Yeah, you can take some time and do that and get some stuff. It might take a little while to jury rig something to bring things back, but totally doable. Is your priority to create some kind of cart now, or do you want to look?
No, I think that's just like, I mean, it's in my head to not leave anything really useful behind, because when we get to the stuff, seems like it'd be a good time to like.
Yeah.
That makes sense. As you move back towards this building, you see this door with the twist opening, something that you maybe haven't necessarily like seen much of before, but are familiar from. They have things like that on the ship, the Ark that you're from, but maybe you haven't ever actually used one before. And Jojo will kind of just look at y'all and say, "You want me to open it, or?"
Yeah.
Do we hear anything inside? Can I just check?
Yeah. Give me
hearing.
Give me a scout check.
While she's
Okay.
doing that, I realize I did not
That's
pick my gun back up, and I gotta run back and get it.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
tear my arrow back out of the foot of the monster. So I have 5 arrows.
No success. But I think I'm gonna push this.
Okay.
No success, 2 failures.
Okay. So you are going to take 2 points of confusion from this. We can say that it is confusion, perhaps associated with the loss of Eryk. But as this happens, not only do you not hear something, but as you are looking around trying to see if there's anything else either in there or in the area, you kind of absentmindedly go to kind of lean up against one of the metal walls here in this, and as you do, a bit of the wall kind of like where it's rusted out a little bit, just kind of breaks out. So you kind of have damaged one of these walls here. And as this happens, it makes this very loud noise. There's the sound of the metal breaking and then impacting against the ground around it. It's this kind of loud, disruptive sound. And everyone kind of takes a moment and looks at you and is like,
Sorry.
Well, hopefully there's something else around here to hear that.
Then a moment later, you hear this screeching of metal as Jojo rotates the handle and lifts up its kind of trapdoor style. And you can see a ladder that descends down into the darkness.
Okay, does anyone have some light? Oh yeah. Looks at Vic.
Yeah. I'm coming up from. I got my gun. Hopefully, I'm assuming that I didn't have any trouble getting it, GM.
No.
Okay, I was like, oh god, this is a bad idea, but I do need that gun. Anybody got like a stick or?
Actually, you know what? I don't want you to activate your mutation and maybe get messed up, but I have like a regular, and there's like a big backpack underneath my poncho that I kind of pull around, and I have an oil lantern with a little flint in it to light it.
Nice.
Old fashioned, but it works. And I light that. I guess I go down first because I'm holding this. Okay.
I look like nobody.
Okay, good answer. I miss Eryk already. All right, so I start to head down.
Okay. As you
Nobody to
start
inspire us.
to climb down, you the rest of you can kind of see down this ladder. It only goes down about 10 15 feet or so, but as you climb down, you emerge into this concrete chamber, and inside you can see what appears to be a pallet with a variety of foods on it. There's cans of beans and soups and vegetables. You can see that there are packages of those Twinkie things that people always have lying around. There's some like candy bars and foods that you haven't seen in a long time, things that have definitely run out. There's a lot of like dried fruits. It's a pretty good haul. It's a pretty good haul. You're not convinced that you're going to be able to carry all of it.
Oh, is this it? I mean, it's a lot of food, but I don't know. I just felt like the way everyone was talking about it, like it was going to solve all our problems.
I think it was more gonna like stave off our problems temporarily.
Yeah,
Or-
unless it was like self-multiplying food.
Yeah.
I mean, or just hear me out here. I mean, it's enough to start someplace new to get further away from here and see if there's anything else out there.
You're not wrong, but they know we're out here getting it, so.
Yeah,
I
but
guess
how far
that's-
can they come?
But I wonder who left this here and why did no one else find it? Just because there is a weird furry monster guarding it? That's it?
I mean,
I guess they
that
didn't
is a
have
pretty good
Eryk to
current.
die for them.
Yeah.
I would like to check this room out to see if I found any clues about who left us here, or anything else like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me a comprehend skill check.
I don't have any coverage. Okay, cool.
At the same time, can I see if there's any like useful
Oh.
scrap or anything like that around?
Yeah, absolutely. You can give me, we'll call it a scout check for that.
I got 2 failures,
Okay.
and I am not gonna push this.
Okay, so if you don't push it, right, there's no success, but you also aren't going to suffer from the failures necessarily. You just don't succeed on the check. So as you're looking around, you're having a hard time discerning what it is that could be like what this place was. You can certainly see things that have been here for a long time. It for the most part, smells like very musty in here. Like there hasn't really been movement or anyone in here in a long time. Even if Tula came and was down here, she didn't disturb enough to like cleanse out the smell of this place being untouched for a long time. But you're not really sure who it would have been, or what there is. And as you're looking around, you're looking through, there's like a shelving unit. You're looking at some things. There's maybe some stuff on there. And as you're sorting through, you find something that you grab. And you pull it out and you toss it as you're kind of looking through, trying to find some things. Not like a hard toss, but just kind of put it aside. But as it does, you hear this metallic ping, and there's a moment where there is no sound. Would you like to do anything in that moment?
I'm very scared right now. I just kind of back up against the wall. I just heard something weird. I don't know what that was though.
All right. A second goes by. Another second goes by. And then there is a small explosion. that takes place in the corner where that was. You've backed far enough away that you're not massively.
We all would die.
Massively in harm's way. I'm not going to do that to you. But what's going to happen is, since it's a very small explosion, it is going to have weapon damage of 1, basically. And so I'm just going to, because I imagine that while everyone is in the room, but not necessarily super close, I'm going to just kind of do a quick die roll to determine who is close enough to be affected by the shrapnel. So, Finch, you are definitely close enough. Jojo is close enough. But Danny and Bick, you are either behind something or far enough away, or perhaps behind someone, so that you do not take a point of damage. Finch and Jojo are going to both take a point of.
I'm gonna use my reactive ability for Insectoid, and I'm gonna harden my skin so that I reduce the damage from external attacks. So 1 MP to get that gone.
Yep, sounds good. Roll that D6 for activating your mutation.
So 4, so nothing.
Great. Nothing happens. You realize after this has happened that there must have been some small explosive. You're familiar with explosives. That was stored on a shelf, and whoops. Bick, as you're looking around, trying to find useful things, there's a moment where you see, hey, that looks like an explosive. That's super useful.
Yeah, I can totally.
And then it's dangerous, and maybe that's why you're able to kind of duck behind something, as there's some shrapnel and debris that's thrown around. There are some other useful things. You do find a small box of bullets. There's about 20 bullets in here.
What?
Whoa.
That is so many bullets.
Yeah.
But beyond that, most of what's left in here would be things that you would call scrap. So could still be useful, but it's not like anything overly exciting.
I mean, for Bick, it's Christmas.
For you, it's very exciting. There's lots of scrap, but it's not something like, oh, here's a gun. So much as it's just.
I can make a gun if there's any little bits. Like I go to that incendiary device, and I'm picking around for any traces of anything left that could be any kind of explosive material, powder, anything that I can scrounge up.
There's a tiny bit of residue, but not much to be really effective for you.
I scrape it into a little vial because every little bit counts. In the post-apocalypse, everybody, don't scrimp on your leftover gunpowder.
Who knows? A tiny bit of residue could have been the difference between life or death.
Oh, geez. I forgot what Danny was going to say. I know what it was. Actually, this is a question for the GM.
Yeah.
The scrap that's laying around that Bick is kind of picking through, can Danny just get a sense of whether that all came from the same thing? Was it a thing that got taken apart down here and all the pieces are around, or is it lots of different pieces of different things?
No, there are a handful of different pieces of things. It's hard to discern exactly what much of it is or what much of it was used for, but you've seen bits and pieces of stuff like this before. Okay. You think there's a small setup for cooking. You're not sure how they would have necessarily done much cooking down here without a fire, but there's some stuff, a setup for cooking. There's a stuff for a place where someone might sleep. It seems like, someone had a little bit of a setup here.
Okay. All right. Okay, so first of all, are you two okay? Finch and Jojo? You were kind of close to that.
I'm okay. Jojo, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. You can see he's got, like some cuts, some shrapnel, but it is okay. His jacket was able to take the worst of it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, now that we found the loot, how are we gonna transport it back? Any
Joseph
ideas?
texted you.
What? Who said that?
Whoa,
Keep going.
Ghost Boys. I mean, I feel like, seems like a good enough place to hunker down for a night. I mean, we got food, we got shelter, we can close the door behind us, keep us safe. We've already activated the traps. Good job, Finch. This is
I get
where
with the trap.
Monaco would expect to find us.
Yeah.
If she's still coming, and that'll give me some time, GM, I'm assuming it's not that late in the day.
No, it's probably like early afternoon.
Great. So that gives me more time to, work on, some kind of card. I got some, rounder stuff from the scrap at the other place. I can, carve some stuff down, maybe get some wheels, at least 2, we can just
Yeah,
shoulder it and-
I wouldn't mind a little bit of rest. I'm kind of messed
Yeah.
up from our stuff, and
My head's a little messed up, to be honest. So yeah,
Cool.
I could use some
Yeah,
rest.
should we leave some kind of sign for Monaco, or?
I guess. Well, what
You know her, Danny. Would she?
I
No.
think, yeah,
Arrow?
if we put a sign with an arrow pointed to this area, you know what? Yeah, I got this. I'll do it. I'm gonna look for some type of board and maybe charcoal or something to write.
why don't we use the paper that Eryk had?
Absolutely not.
Oh yeah, we have like journals and
There was like an empty page in a notebook.
Okay,
yeah,
you're right. You're right.
If you're
writing
looking for
utensils.
things, Eric's
Yeah,
stuff is very
You've
useful.
got all the books, so you've got. We don't
Does
even.
Eryk have writing utensils? I looked through. this.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. All right.
You taking stock of Eric's things, find things
Ghost
to
is
make
so
some
mad.
kind of sign,
I
and
will
you
do
don't
that.
hear the disembodied voice of Eryk.
Just
so
feel it. I
just
just
do
feel it though.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, sure.
But yeah.
Feel
okay.
that he's okay with you using blank
Yeah,
pages,
yeah,
but
no
if
heart.
you even consider one of the actual book pages, you get a chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. So I will take a blank page and on it I will write D money this way and then an arrow.
Okay.
And then I'll take it back up the ladder and put it basically the direction we came from so that it's like pointing to this, I'll put it like on the path.
Okay. As you go up and you do that, you place this arrow down on the ground. You're leaving a sign for Monaco to
And-
come back.
Weigh it down with like rocks or something.
Yeah, absolutely. You place it down. As you do that, you hear the sound of footsteps approaching. Sounds like multiple sets of footsteps approaching, actually.
Okay.
And as you look up to go and see who it is, first you see a dog approaching.
Can I hide real quick?
You can certainly try to hide. You think they might have seen you already. But as this dog is approaching, you can see shortly behind them a figure. Omega, what does this figure look like?
That was so fast.
Good question. No, you see a individual. Oh my God, there we go. Meep. You see an individual who is kind of short, very, very short. Wearing like a black sleeveless hoodie with some pants and some nice big boots. You see a lot of hair on their arms, kind of going up the side of the neck ever so slightly. They kind of always watch, and you see as they kind of like look, you see they have bright yellow eyes, almost orangish in the middle. and the dog is almost like a mix between a Doberman Pinscher and a Husky, very broad but very dark, with patches of like silver kind of all over, and I guess kind of, and they look at JoJo and just, now, stop. Y'all okay? You ain't dead.
Yeah, I'm okay. Who are you?
I'm your help.
And let's have that be our ending for today's session. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We have one final episode left here in Expiration Race. Tune in next week. We'll find out what's up with this help and hopefully get everything back to the Ark safely. Omega, I'm only slightly sorry for killing Eryk.
I'm not. I never get to die in any type of
You did so much
TTRPG.
damage before dying too.
You did
Like, it
so
was
much
epic.
In a private chat, I said this was their polka dot man moment. I'm a superhero! Splat.
Oh, I love that. Everyone, join us for the finale next week. It is going to be a blast. In the meantime, we will see you. I just said that. Have a great week. Have a great night, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.